Welcome to the My College Navigation Hub special educational series on financing college. This 5-part series is provided free for you in hopes that we can help more people achieve their dreams of going to college. Be sure to check out our blog and the other benefits in our free resources section. And know that there's a whole lot more available to you should you decide to join and become a member. From information and worksheets on a wide variety of topics to our community forum where you can engage with other users experiencing the same journey, or access to our premium members-only podcasts. My College Navigation Hub is here to help you and your student achieve the dream of attending college. So let's begin, shall we? Today, we are going to start with the biggest question people have about this topic. So, how much does it cost anyway? Let's dig in. College is a great investment. Did you know that people with a college degree earn over 80% more on average than those with a high school diploma? Over a lifetime, the gap in earnings potential between a high school diploma and a 4-year degree is more than $1 million. $1 million. I'm sure you are thinking, okay, that all sounds great, but just how much is it going to cost me? Well, that depends on what type of school you want to attend. An Ivy League school like Brown, Columbia, and Harvard will likely be your most expensive option. But that doesn't mean you can't get an excellent education at a more affordable college. In-state public will be cheaper than both out-of-state and private options. And for many, a community college and or trade school is an excellent option as well. In fact, combining a 2-year community college with a 4-year public school for that final bachelor's degree can be an excellent opportunity to get that degree and save the most. Historically, college costs double every 10 to 12 years. And the costs of college usually rise at a rate faster than inflation and family income. Unfortunately, there is every reason to believe that history will continue to repeat itself. So, why is that? Colleges have more students enrolled than ever before. As a result, they need more money to take care of these students. That includes more faculty, more staff, more housing, new recreation centers, and so on and so on. Increasingly, colleges want to attract and retain the best faculty possible. This translates into rising personnel costs for both salaries and benefits. Technology is changing faster than ever before in history. This forces colleges to continually reinvent their IT infrastructure. Think about this. The minute colleges were hardwired for the internet, wireless technology became the norm. The cost of keeping up with the realities and expectations related to all things IT isn't cheap. Dorms, as you may know them, no longer exist. Colleges now offer residential facilities, apartment suites, and other living arrangements that are attractive to today's students. Such housing offers many more of the amenities students are used to at home. Gone are the days of cinder block walls and using a hot pot for cooking. Students are demanding more services, a wide variety of dining options, deluxe and more inclusive health and fitness centers, more involvement opportunities, and more international options, even specialized staff to work with parents. And campuses must offer these services to stay competitive with other colleges. The demands and expectations of today's student and their family adds up quickly. Because of these and many other factors, there's no way to predict what college costs will be when your child goes to school. In its most recent survey of college pricing, the College Board reports that a moderate college budget for an in-state public college for the 2016-2017 academic year averaged $24,610. A moderate budget at a private college averaged $49,320. But what goes into these costs? Tuition. Tuition is what colleges charge for the instruction they provide. Colleges charge tuition by the units that make up an academic year, such as a semester or quarter. Tuition at public colleges is often a bargain for state residents, but not so much for out-of-staters who often pay double the tuition of in-state residents. Tuition can vary by major. Students in the sciences, engineering, computing, pre-med programs, and the fine arts often pay more. For example, at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, students enrolled in the College of Engineering paid up to $5,000 more in tuition in 2016-2017 than students pursuing other majors. Fees. Colleges charge fees for services. These fees may include the library, campus transportation, student government, and athletic facilities. Colleges often report a combined tuition and fees figure. According to the College Board, the average cost of tuition and fees for the 2016-2017 school year was $33,480 at private colleges, $9,650 for state residents at public colleges, and $24,930 for out-of-state residents attending public universities. Housing and meals. The cost of room and board depends on the campus housing and food plans you choose. The College Board reports that the average cost of room and board in 2016-2017 ranged from $10,440 at four-year public schools to $11,890 at private schools. Colleges also provide room and board estimates for living off campus based on typical student costs. Books and school supplies. Most colleges estimate the average cost of required learning materials. Some colleges even include the cost of a computer and computer accessories. The College Board reports the average cost for books and supplies for the 2016-2017 school year was $1,250 at public colleges and a small difference of only $1,230 at private colleges. Personal and transportation expenses. Colleges may estimate some expenses they don't bill you for. These include local transportation, clothing, personal items, entertainment, etc. The College Board reports that expenses in this category for 2016-2017 ran from $2,720 at private colleges to $3,270 at public universities. So, now, let's take a deeper look at two of these, tuition and fees. Shall we? Over the past 35 years, college tuition at public universities has nearly quadrupled. But why is that? The conventional wisdom was reflected in a recent National Public Radio series on the cost of college. So, it's not that colleges are spending more money to educate students, Sandy Baum of the Urban Institute told NPR. It's that they have to get the money from someplace to replace their lost state funding, and that's from tuition and fees from students and families. Some of this increased spending in education has been driven by a sharp rise in the percentage of people who go to college. While the college-age population has not increased since the tail end of the baby boom, the percentage of the population enrolled in college has risen significantly, especially in the last 20 years. Enrollment in undergraduate, graduate, and professional programs has increased by almost 50% since 1995. As a consequence, while state legislative appropriations for higher education have risen much faster than inflation, total state appropriations per student are somewhat lower than they were at their peak in 1990. The astonishing rise in college tuition comes at a time when there are also huge decreases in public subsidies for higher education. If over the past 3 decades car prices had gone up as fast as tuition, the average new car would cost more than $80,000. During their college search, students tend to pay close attention to tuition prices. Recently, the Washington Post reported that in the last decade, student fees have actually started to make up a larger share of the overall bill, particularly at public campuses. Since 2000, student fees have grown faster than tuition in percentage terms. Fees rose 95% at public four-year colleges and 61% at private colleges, according to a study by Robert Kelchen, an assistant professor of higher education at Seton Hall University. He says student fees have traditionally been used to fund specific campus programs, such as student unions and recreational facilities, but the number and types of fees have increased substantially over the past 2 decades. Those include technology fees, library fees, and athletic fees. Nearly half of all subsidies public universities provide to athletic programs come from student fees. Public colleges like using fees when they need to raise overall prices because they typically get to keep the revenue generated from fees, unlike tuition dollars, which are sometimes funneled through state coffers. What's more, students usually get to vote on new fee or fee increases. Many of these measures easily pass because the students who vote mostly have graduated by the time the fees are in place. Okay, so all of this might sound like doom and gloom. Here's the important message. Don't give up on your dream of obtaining a college education for you or your student just because of its sticker price. There are a variety of options available to you. The price of college may seem overwhelming, but college education comes at many different price levels, and financial aid can greatly reduce your cost. Let's start first by determining the cost you will pay for the various colleges of your choice. In short, it will be the total cost, including fees, housing, books, etc., minus your financial aid package. This amount is what your cost will be. There's some good college cost calculators. One resource that we like is on the College Board site, Big Future. Paying for college. The admissions process is a long road filled with a ton of information that can get overwhelming quickly. One of the most important steps will be figuring out how to pay the college bill. If you're like most families, you'll use a variety of resources to cover college costs, so you need to assess your financial situation and start putting together your plan. What can you do to prepare? While you can't control how much college will cost, you can control how well prepared you are. Here are 7 strategies that can make paying for college a little more manageable. 1. Start a college savings plan now. It is nearly certain that your child will have to pay something toward college costs. If you plan to contribute to your child's education, having money saved will give you options. 2. Focus on increasing access to scholarships. Your child can improve his or her chances of getting scholarships by taking challenging coursework, getting good grades, having good attendance, being involved in school and community activities, and making good impressions on others. 3. Be open-minded and diverse in searching for colleges. Look at the variety of schools that offer the degree program your student is interested in. Keep in mind that a school's cost does not necessarily reflect the quality of its education. 4. Avoid as much debt as possible. As the college years approach, avoid taking on additional debt. This will leave you in a better position to handle college expenses. 5. Explore all avenues of student aid. Take full advantage of student aid programs, tuition payment plans, tax breaks, and any other options available to you. 6. Make a plan to downsize. As your student goes off to college, you might consider using the assets in your home to ease the financial burden by downsizing to a smaller home in a location with lower property taxes. And number 7, share the burden with your student. Sure, every parent wishes they could send their kid to college and that they would not have any debt when they graduate. Sometimes it's just not possible. Look at what it might be like to share that debt. The Financing College Educational Series will walk you through these and many other topics related to this incredibly important topic. Stay with us for the second program in the series, Saving for College. After that, you will receive access to the next program in My College Navigation Hub every few days. Simply watch your email for the announcement that you have access to the next program. These include number 2, Saving for College, number 3, Financial Aid 101, number 4, Scholarships 101, and number 5, Navigating the FAFSA. Higher education is an incredibly valuable and very expensive product. All indications are that costs will continue to increase. By preparing now, you can be well positioned to deal with the cost when the big day arrives.